Okay. Hi. Is okay, my stream's up. There's always that tension for the first few seconds, and it's like, is my stream up or not? It is. It's just I need to reset this thing. I'm talking to my computer, not to you, the audience. Give me a second. Come on, laptop. Laptop's getting laggy because it's been on for too long. It has nothing to do with the stream. Anyway, I saw it was on. I'm pretty sure I'm on, so I'm just gonna get on with it. Anyway, welcome to the stream for tonight. Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Cool. Yeah, doing STO tonight. I almost wasn't gonna stream tonight because I was like enjoying my nap, and I was like, I just want to keep napping. And I was like, no, I really should get up. Really should get up and make some progress here. PC game. There it is. I'm sure my laptop will catch up to me in a moment. I'm sure it'll catch up in a moment. Let me know my video is live. This thing. It's like locked up now. Oh, that's nice. That's always nice when that happens. It's like, why couldn't this happen before the stream started? I don't know, man. It's just computers, man. It's like, they don't choose when to crash. You know, if I could just pick the time when they crash, that would be so convenient. But no, it never works that way. They crash when you need them to be doing something. All right, I think it's on effing itself right now. I think. Maybe. I really gotta restart the whole thing. But it's kind of hard to do because I'm already live now. Nope. Come on. I hope you're having a good day. Tonight we're going to be doing Cold War. In case you're wondering what Cold War is, this is the time in the game of STO where I make a bunch of bad jokes about Arnold Schwarzenegger and in the Batman movie and all his memes about cold, like chill out and stuff like that. Mr. Freeze. We make a bunch of Mr. Freeze jokes while playing SCO. Okay, it's not quite that. Cold War is where we get to fight the Breen. You do remember who the Breen are? They were this kind of one-off race of people who showed up during the Dominion War on DS9 who we never really got to know a whole lot about. But we have a whole little mini arc about them in the game, which does open them up a bit. And yeah, it was the Breen who attacked Earth during the Dominion War, and we kind of glossed over that entire thing during the show. I was like, oh my god, Earth was attacked by the Breen. And it's just... But of course, since the cast main characters of DS9 weren't involved in that, we never really got to see that. We only got to see the aftermath of it, so... I'm currently in the wrong quadrant. Need to be in the Alpha Quadrant, not the Beta Quadrant. Actually, you know what? We can just fast travel. If I fast travel to Deferi, I'll be real close to where I gotta be. Yeah, the Deferi still have problems with Borg. They will eternally have problems with Borg. Until the developers find the time and the determination to update the Deferi invasion zone. Which means they probably never will. Alright, Cold War. Let's hear what the Admiral has to say about this. If he had some spoken dialogue, which he doesn't. Damn it. Alright. We've reached a request for aid from the Deferi, a warp-capable species in the Alpha Quadrant. They are located near Cardassian space, and they've reported several attacks on their shipping. Since the Deferi are not as technologically sophisticated as the Federation, they are asking for help. We should assist them. Head out there and see what you can do. I will accept. Report to Deferi Prime, which is where I am. There we go. Alright. All things in balance. All things in time. Remember Ambassador Sura? We met him a few missions ago. During the ill-fated conference on Deep Space Nine. By the way, Cold War is supposed to happen after Borg Advance. So this happens between Borg Advance and New Romulus. Just want to make sure. I was quite impressed with the successful outcome of the recent trade negotiations at Starbase 39 Sierra. Oh yeah, he was there also. I forgot. And I am pleased to invite the Federation to send an envoy to the Deferi system for a more formal meeting. This could be a great opportunity for both of our peoples. The Federation has requested an alliance with us on several occasions. My people's adherence to balance has prevented it. Now they are more open to the idea of ties with other worlds. Perhaps our visit will be the start of a lasting friendship between our peoples. Perhaps it will. I need to back out and back in to kind of trigger this properly. Like too close to the planet here. Yeah, try again here. There we go. Cold call. I don't know how far I'm going to get tonight. We'll give it a couple hours worth. Let me get at least 3 of these missions done. I'm assuming this is going to be another 2-parter. The next campaign event for the thing has been announced. It's you have to do. There's Kobayashi Maru and there's the Irina Sompek TFOs, which I don't think I've done before. Interesting. Anyway, it doesn't really sound like there's anything super interesting attached to it, so I don't know. Although I think I should have enough to get enough out of it to finish up the year-long event thing, because I think I'm at 3,000 event points, I think, where I'm at. Yeah, I'm at 3,000 here, so I need to get like 500 now, so I'll definitely be able to finish it up with the next event. So, then I gotta decide what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna go for Lobi. Because I've never really had a lot of Lobby to play around with before. For the most part, I got the ships I want. I mean, but the other two options are always nice to have, but I mean, Lobby will give me more options, I guess, to play around with. But anyway, let me get to the mission here. We have arrived at Deferi. Sorry. We have arrived at the Deferi system, sir. Performing standard sensor sweeps now, sir. Some of the debris is only days old. There have been no reports from the Deferi of accidents or combat in this area. I don't like the looks of this. I recommend that we proceed with caution. The Deferi prefer balance. You know, they don't want things to be too clean, but they don't want to be too dirty either. So we like to have some debris in orbit of their planet. You know, to keep balance. Right. Vajeska is standing by for the approach to Deferi, sir. Shall we begin our escort? Sure. And greetings, my friend. May you be blessed with balance. Balance. I remember well the assistance that you provided during negotiations at your Starbase 39 Sierra. Grateful. I'm gratified to see that you just as... That reads weird. I am grateful to see that just as I went to visit your people before, now you have come to visit mine. Surely this balance will be beneficial for both of us. We appreciate the Federation's willingness to meet with us in these trying times. Ah, yes, balance, passing through solid rock. All things in balance, not too slow, not too fast. Yes, no, you don't need to hump my ship. Let's go around. Yes, not. There we go. Can we keep a relatively same-ish speed? This is what a captain of Starfleet does on their off days. They just escort ships. It's so exciting. Sir, we're picking up an approaching warp signature. Oh, thank God, finally something interesting is happening. Attempting to identify it now. Oh. It's firing. Hey. Hey, what are you doing? And why can't I target you? I can't shoot back. It's not targeting the enemy. Huh? Is this thing glitching out? Okay. Sir, the ship was running a subspace jammer, so we weren't able to get a lock on it before it warped out. I am, however, picking up a residual warp signature, and we might learn more from a detailed scan. Well, scan it. Not appear to get a lock on the warp trail, Captain. The ship is using jamming technology. Okay, well, what do you suggest I do? We continue escorting. Okay. Look at that Breen ship. I mean, Deferi ship. Looks like a Star Wars ship. And it's like little tentacle suckers for impulse drive. what is it now? Greetings, Jessica escort ship, Aegis. Okay. We are required to identify your credentials and verify you are in fact the correct ship prior to granting you access to Deferi. Please submit to a scan at this time. Understood. Do you require assistance? No assistance is required at this time, Aegis. Thank you for your cooperation. Our scans are complete. Please provide us with your clearance code before you establish orbit around Deferi. Our Deferi access code is 946W2Q0S. Thank you for the protection and escort. Your diligence and readiness does you credit. Perhaps later we will be able to learn more about that strange ship. For now, let us discuss the possibility of trade and diplomacy between our peoples. My attaché will send you the planetary coordinates for transport. These coordinates will take you to one of our famous historical parks and preservation sites. I hope that you enjoy your visit to Deferi. When you are ready to talk, please meet with me on the steps of the historic tower. It will be across the park, past the monument, when you arrive. I received planetary coordinates from the Jessica. Are you ready to beam down, sir? Sure. So, standard compliment. That's fine. Alright, so welcome to Deferi. The most uninteresting place in the galaxy. My crew is so excited to be here. So excited, you can see it on their faces. Okay, it's not really a bad looking area, it's just there's really nothing to do here. And there's lots and lots of Deferi all over the place. Ambassador, welcome to Deferi, honored visitor. This site is the oldest continually inhabited site on my world, and as such, we find it to be the ideal place to welcome visitors. It is also the only inhabited place on our world, as every person of the population is here, in this immediate area. Alright, well, tell me about the Deferi. We have an old culture steeped in tradition and respect for all beings. Our makers taught us the concept of balance, and we strive for it in all things. For more than a century we have remained neutral in our dealings with other worlds, and where there is balance, so also there is truth. We are now looking to expand. Our population is growing to a point where we will put a strain on our world's resources. To correct this imbalance, a portion of our people here have volunteered to seek new homes among the stars. This, of course, has put us into greater contacts with beings such as yourself, and we welcome the new ideas and technology that you have to offer. Perhaps by looking inward for so long, we have become out of balance with the galaxy as a whole. I look forward to your help in correcting this. Alright, tell me about the ruins to the east of here, which I have not seen yet. We believe that the site to the east of here was once used by the Preservers, because we have located several artifacts that appear to correspond with their technology. Although we do not know for certain, it is our belief that the Deferi were one of the races seeded throughout the quadrant by the Preservers. They, like us, revered balance and saw life as sacred. They went to great lengths to preserve all life. Can you explain more about balance. Everything must be in balance. When one side is dominant over the other, the inequity breeds resentment. The resentment leads to hatred and misunderstanding. On our world, there is equity in everything. All major decisions are made by polling the populace, so that a small group of leaders will not have power over the whole. Persons in what can be deemed leadership positions like myself serve at the pleasure of our people. If we abuse our positions, there will be imbalance, and we will be removed. Okay. Tell me more about the Preservers. The Preservers were an ancient race that died out eons ago, but made a great impact on the galaxy in their time. The Preservers would transplant members of races that weren't threatened by extinction to worlds where they could thrive. The planet Ermend was settled by them, and they brought ancient Terrans there to create a new community. For many years, scientists theorized that the Preservers were responsible for the spread of humanoids across the galaxy. We now know that the Preservers not only transplanted communities, but also created them. The Preservers believed they were alone in the galaxy. In the hopes of creating an ecosystem of races like themselves, they seeded their genetic material on other planets. In this way, they gave their children the companions that they never had. Sir, sensors in the Aegis are picking up Breen transporter signatures. Get ready, sir, they could be hostile. Breen? Have they come to be cool? Or not? Shoot. Don't stand there, man, shoot. Dang it. Somebody get me up. I'm stuck in a wave of cold. Elisa, get over here, help me. Dang it. Okay. The Breen kind of suck to fight. You have to be real careful about them, because you get ambushed like that, they will just lob like liquid nitrogen on you, and it kills you. Okay, but apparently we need to fight their squads. Alright, now this is something I can do. I can shoot. Oh, there's a Breen. All these people milling about and they like don't care because it's like, all in balance. We have peace on one side and violence on the other, so we have a balance between peace and violence going on right now. So everything is perfectly normal. Okay, that's the ones in the city. We need to get the ones in the ruins. gonna be out this way. We broke through Federation defenses and attacked our homeworld. We ruined our fleet during the war. You should know better than to oppose our Starfleet. We will preserve our secrets from this place, and we will destroy anyone who attempts to stop us. I'm a thought. Ah, no, cold. No. As you can see, that can take out people like real quick. Obviously, it is not safe for me to remain here, given the current threat of further attacks. What now? I shall return to Jessica for now, my friend. I believe I will be of best use there. Not yet, no. What do you got? Personal shield. I don't need. Sir, there are more ships warping in. We need you and the away team back on the ship, sir. Prepare for emergency transport. Alright, beam us up. Sir, the Breen are attacking Vajeska. We should intervene before they are overwhelmed. Let's kick some ass. Navigator ships are really not that hard to do. Sir, the Breen don't attack at random. I'd say that there is more going on here than the Deferi are telling us. Probably so. We're being held by Jessica, sir. Shall I put it on screen? Let me think about that. Yeah, sure. Thank you for the assist, Aegis. We took some damage, but it's nothing that a few days in space dock won't fix. My friend, I have not been completely honest with you. I fear my actions are out of balance with the universe. I think we should speak face to face. Do I have your permission to come aboard the Aegis? Permission granted. Hey, you. Why don't you freeze? We have ice for dinner. Oh, look, it's this room again. Honorable ally, I apologize for my secrecy, but at the time it was the best course of action. This is not the first time that the Breen have attacked Deferi. Their aggression has been increased in recent weeks, and we have been unable to either stop them or open a diplomatic dialogue. The Federation has always promised to be our ally in a time of need. While we prefer to remain neutral in your conflicts, we have looked favorably upon the Federation's actions. You seek to maintain peace and stability throughout the Alpha Quadrant. Now, we are in need of your help. The Breen are attacking our ships and colonies without provocation. Hundreds have already died, and I fear that more lives will be lost unless we have your assistance. My people face destruction. I cannot believe that the balance of the universe requires us to die. I will be in contact with you again. I can only hope that your efforts will tip the balance in our favor. If there is anything else you would ask of me, or if you need greater understanding of my people, please do not hesitate to ask. What could the Breen want at the ruins? The Breen could share our belief that the ruins are the remains of a preserver installation. The preservers were powerful. If the Breen gained access to their knowledge or technology, they might be able to use it to shift the balance of power in the quadrant. Our archaeologists have been studying those ruins for decades. If there is anything there that the Breen could use, we have not found it. I think I know about everything else. We're done here for today, Ambassador. Ambassador Sura has safely returned to Aegis, sir, and requests that we contact him once we have left the system. We're ready to depart on your orders. Let's go ahead and get out of here. It's time to chill out. You are a friend to the Deferi. We will speak again, and it is my fondest hope that you will be able to repair the balance and save my people from the Breen. Then, we can have a long-lasting and peaceful alliance. We will speak again soon. I'm sure we will. So we got an option of one cryo grenade or the polarized parabolic deflector, which I guess I'll take the deflector because I never used the grenade. So we do have a kind of like a patrol thing we have to go along with this, aiding the Deferi. We ask for your assistance in dealing with the Breen. Our humble peacekeeping forces are no match for their weaponry. Travel to several Deferi locations and provide any needed assistance. I actually get some decent chunk of dilithium for doing this. So we need to... There we go. Deferi Outpost 3, Deferi Patrols, and Kilvani Belt. Let's see, Deferi Outpost 3 is here. Let's go over there. The patrol is a little hard to find because it kind of moves around. But we might come across it as I'm traveling. There's the patrol right there. Let's do it while I'm here. We welcome the assistance of our friends in Starfleet. You will be our counterbalance to the Breen savagery. Begin the rescue operation, okay. Oh, it's okay, but the Breen patrol is like right there. Sometimes it wanders far off, and then it takes a while to find it. Everybody, chill. Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming. Mr. Freeze names. Memes. We are pleased that some of Starfleet's finest could join us for this operation. Let me describe the tactical situation. They have guns. We don't really have guns. They are shooting us. We need help. That is the situation. The Breen has set a trap. They routinely disable our ships and leave several survivors on board as bait. However, this time they did not expect there to be more than one Grundle in the snare. With Starfleet's firepower on our side, we have a chance to rescue the personnel aboard that ship. As soon as we approach, the Breen will spring their trap, but we are the ones who will have the element of surprise. We will have the element of balance. Scans indicate several faint life signs that have been frozen in ice. An away team will be required to recover the crew, but with treatment they should survive. Okay. Leave it to Starfleet to protect the foolish and rescue the weak. The founders were correct to label your ideals as irrelevant. Leave now or face destruction. I will not leave. You will leave. Breen appear intent on our destruction, honored friend. We're detecting more warships approaching at high warp. Everybody, chill out.
We are grateful that you were able to return our wounded to us. We appreciate Starfleet's commitment to patrolling this sector. Without you, I fear that the Breen would overwhelm us completely. May the future bring balance. There are no additional Breen vessels on long-range scan, Captain. We prepare to depart on your command. Make it so, number 1. Oh, and cool party, man. Alright. Need to go to... Let's go in here to the outpost. We having a cold night in space. Tonight is a cold night in space. We have arrived at Deferi Outpost 3, Captain. Scans indicate a Breen task force has formed a blockade around the station. They are not blocking sensors or communications. Incoming hail from Outpost Administrator Verdig, sir. Do you want me to put him on the main view screen? Sure. USS Aegis, this is Administrator Verdig. We are in need of Starfleet assistance. The Breen have formed a blockade around the outpost. I fear they mean to hold us until we surrender. Please, you must help us. Balance. Break the blockade. Wait, the Breen want to say something. Interesting. I was unaware that the USS Aegis was in this sector. Last I heard, you were assigned to a meaningless scientific study in an extremely uninteresting area of the quadrant. Have you received a promotion, or are you here to study gaseous anomalies? Starfleet has no jurisdiction here. If you value the lives of these weaklings and the continued survival of your crew, you will leave the system immediately. How about no?
having a cool time? Where are we? Okay, there's one. We thank you for continuing to honor your promise to my people. If there are any supplies that you need, please talk with Officer Mela on the station, and we'll provide what we can. All things in balance, all things in time. Balance. We look forward to continued relations with the Federation. If there are any supplies, yeah, you just said that. Gas. So, gas. Alright. I think we're done here. We're gonna just leave. Then we go to the Kavani belt. There's Kavani belt over here. You have arrived at the location of a Deferi distress beacon within the Kelani belt, Captain. There is a small settlement on this planetoid that appears to have been attacked recently. Recommend we scan for life signs, sir. Please do so. Our scans appear to have triggered a transphasic beacon and activated a minefield around the planetoid. Multiple Breen vessels dropping out of warp at our location. It's a trap. dare you use mine on me? You appear to be in need of aid. Lower your shields and I will send over boarding parties to assist you. No. How about no? Pathetic. I guess that's everything we had to do here. It is unfortunate we arrived too late to prevent this unwarranted bloodshed. We need to inform the Deferi ambassador that another settlement has fallen to the Breen. I guess so. There are no additional Breen vessels on short-range scans. You're ready to depart on your command, Captain. Do it. Do the thing. I have received reports from Ambassador Ferdig and the patrol forces that all is well for now. Out in the cold of space. Space is very cold. We have lost contact with 2 transporters en route to the outer colonies. There are more than 400 Deferi on those vessels, and with the rising threat from the Breen, I fear the worst. The last known location was near DZA-4001, and I suggest that you start your search there. The Breen have no compunction against attacking civilian ships. We seek peace with the Breen, as we do with all beings, but they answer our offers of friendship with death and destruction. Find our ships. If there are any survivors, please bring them home safely. Very well. DZA-4001 system, right. I'm accumulating so much junk. Ugh. Trash. That's so much trash. Let's go kick some ice. Sir, we are receiving an emergency distress signal from the Deferi freighter Sabak. I'm passing it through to the main view screen now, sir. To all ships in range, this is the Deferi freighter Sabak. We are under attack and require immediate assistance. We have no weaponry aboard and our shields are failing. Anyone who can hear us, please help. It must be one of the Breen raiding parties that we were warned about, sir. If we don't get there fast, there won't be anyone left aboard to save. I've located the Sabak by tracing their distress signal, sir. We can engage on your command. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go kick some ice. Are they in the middle of a comet? Looks like they're in the middle of a comet. Thank you for saving us. Our sister ship, the Pactau, was waylaid by Breen raiders at our scheduled rendezvous point. We made a micro-warp jump as soon as the Breen arrived and used the magnetic field of the comet to hide our energy signature. But the Breen have better sensors than we do. They found us. If you hadn't come along when you did, we would have been obliterated. The balance. I'm worried about the Breen being at our next stop, so I'm going to try to get there ahead of schedule and be gone before they arrive. If you could, please find the Pactau. There were dozens of people aboard that ship. This is the Deferi ship Pactau. We escaped from a Breen slaver attack, and our anti-matter containment unit and warp coils are malfunctional. We need replacement parts immediately. We're on the edge of a warp core breach. Is there any ship in range? Please, we need help. I'll find them. They are above me. There we are. Sarah, there are Breen ships inbound at Warp 7. 2 waves from the looks of it. The first should be on top of us in a few seconds. Battle stations. More Breen coming to a cool party soon, sometime near you. Thank you for your fortunate assistance. We should be fine from here. I want to catch up with our sister ship, the Sabak. We fled at first sight of the Breen raiders. We heard some of the slavers who attacked us talking about the Zarya system. If you want to take care of the Breen menace for good, you might want to start by looking for them there. Foresight in for the Zarya system, sir. Looks like there's nothing there of interest, just a broken planetoid. The system scans of the Deferi provided are fairly out of date, though, so something may have changed. Standing by to engage on your command, sir. Hit it. Punch it! Yeah, I'm supposed to say punch it. Not hit it. Sir, that destroyed planet has a dilithium-rich core. It looks like the Breen have set up a mine inside the remains of the planetoid. And true to form, they're using all the captured Deferi as slave labor. We'll have to defeat the Breen picket squadrons before we can beam down to the mine. Looks like there is only a small force, sir. I'm glad we could tell all that from the sensors. They got some good sensors. Sensors. Hello, Breen. Can I crash your cool party? That's the last of the scout squadron, sir. Unfortunately, we can't just beam up the Deferi. Breen has some sort of transporter disruptor field in place. We need to get down there and disable it before we can rescue the Deferi slave laborers. Alright, let's beam down. Flores, you're going to stay in control of the ship. This Breen. Unlocked. Bring Andy. Let's bring the doctor. And we'll bring Chief down. Ensign down, sorry. It's an ice day to chill. Below zero. Ha 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 ha. Sir, sensors are showing that the Breen are using 3 separate transporter disruptors. So we need to knock out those disruptors before we can transport any of the prisoners back to the Aegis. Also, there's a little bit of a slight tremor here. The asteroid's a little unstable. The transport disruptors appear to be specifically keyed to Deferi physiology. That would allow the Breen to beam in and out at will, but the prisoners would be trapped. It also explains why our transporter signal wasn't disrupted. We will need to neutralize any Breen guard groups inside the site as well. We can't risk any unexpected Breen technology that might interfere for our rescue operation. Alright. We gotta make the Breen chill. These prison cells are tied to a transporter inhibitors. Cutting the inhibitors down should allow us to rescue the captured Deferi. I'm also reading additional Deferi life signs on other levels. Based on preliminary readings, all cells are connected to the same mechanism. Alright. Let's go get these transport inhibitors. Back up. Using ice grenades. Yeah, that's one. Oh, what do we got here? Z particles. There's some tasty Z particles. you guys frozen? Okay. There's inhibitor number 2. And inhibitor number 3. That's all the disruptors and guards, sir. I'm picking up a new contact aboard the station. We may have aroused the curiosity of the Breen commander. We should make sure that the Deferi have beamed away safely before investigating this new threat. And looks like they are taken care of. Good. We have confirmation that all the Deferi prisoners have transported safely. We are clear to return. You are the one known as Maven. I was expecting someone more impressive. After all, Thought Ren was one of my most reliable veterans. Defeating him must have pushed you to your limits. I'd like to say that I am looking forward to meeting you in person, but because I expect Thought Gren to end your life here, I am afraid that won't be possible. Goodbye. Chill out. Whoa, no. Well, team, good job. That's it. Now we're taking care of the officer in charge. This entire mining operation should fall apart. But who sent that message? Thought Trell? Could he be the one who's behind all the problems that the Deferi are having? We'll need to look into this in more detail, sir. That we will. Starfleet should be able to send patrols to ensure that the Breen don't set up shop here again. Or perhaps the Deferi will establish a dilithium mine here themselves. We can leave whenever you're ready, sir. Let's get out of here. I've had enough cold for one day. The survivors are on their way home, and we will be sending an expedition out to assess the viability of operating the mines ourselves. I think it would be wise to consider a joint operation with your government. The resources in the Azaria system are rare, and the best way to maintain the balance may be to share them with you. Thank you for all of your assistance. Your actions help to preserve the balance.
Congratulations, Admiral.
We have a couple more dailies we can do and do Emancipation here. The Breen continue to enslave our people. We humbly ask that you help us liberate our civilians from this unwarranted aggression. Travel to the dilithium mines of Zaria and free the Deferi prisoners there. This is basically just the same thing I just did already. But you know, we'll do it again because it's really not that hard to do. And I think we get diplomacy rewards for this. The Breen are still keeping the Deferi prisoners trapped. We'll need to deal with the Breen patrols, find the Deferi prisoners being in the facility. You know, same thing we kind of did before here. Lord survivors. Should be. Okay, got transport prisoners. They don't beam out automatically this time. Transport. Alright. Da 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 da. Good job, team. We did it again. I guess I gotta beam out myself, okay. I gotta beam myself up. Whoa, star's going crazy. Your continued assistance to the Deferi people humbles me. In time, we can only hope to restore the balance by aiding your people in return. Get that lithium for that. Okay. Rescue the Deferi captives. Once again, I must ask for your assistance. Colonists from the Kelvani Belt have been captured by the Breen, most likely to be turned into slaves. A Breen vessel has been reported traveling through the Rabas sector and stopping near the belt. Please help my people. And, okay, this I get diplomacy for. So I think I actually have to find this ship. It's around this area somewhere. It's not. Go to encounter Breen Patrol. I need to find the Breen Patrol. Alright, give me a moment here, because I think they're flying around in sector space somewhere, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's these kind of missions in the game, but kind of annoying to do. Because you don't really have a marked out objective marker. You have to find the thing you're looking for. That's why I'm looking at the map here, because they'll show up on the map when I get near. That's the Deferi Patrol. I guess that is not what I'm looking for as a player. Are we having a cool time? Well, if I don't find them within a certain amount of time here, I'll just skip this mission. And move on. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly here. I normally don't do these little patrol things for the Deferi because they are kind of annoying to do. Yeah, they're going to be wandering in sector space. This is why I hate this mission. I hate it. I don't know where they're supposed to be. If the game would just kindly put like a marker on the map where they are, that would be awesome. And I keep finding the Deferi patrol. Another Deferi patrol. There's 2 Deferi patrols. Space is very cold. Indeed. So cold you will never find what you are looking for. Alright, I'm about to call it on this mission here. I'll check up here in the Rava sector one more time, then that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna spend any more time on this. I know we are out here because I remember I have found them before. But God knows where the hell they are half the time. I'm like, oops, sorry, I can't help your people because I can't find them. Alright. I give up. I can't find them. Okay. Okay, next mission. Cold Comfort. We are receiving a distress signal in the Rava system. A Deferi transport weathered a Breen attack. but they've taken heavy casualties and are requesting immediate assistance. My people do not have military ships, Admiral, and I am loath to send a lightly armored rescue vessel into such a dangerous situation. Please, you must do whatever you can to help them. I will help. Because I have to. Only because I have to. There's a ship passing by. That is not the ship I'm looking for. I don't think it is. Or was. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Breen Patrol. There it is. Right there. You effing peppers. They're way over here. They're in the other sector. That's why I never found them. Whatever. You're having a cool time, my frozen friends. Captain, we're being hailed by a disabled Deferi frigate. Putting it on screen now. Thank you for responding to our distress call. We were boarded by the Breen and have taken severe casualties. We could use any medical aid you could render. Please approach and beam over as soon as you can. Please beam over any medical supplies and personnel you can spare. We'll send your transporter chief the coordinates to our trauma center. Alright. Dr. Checks, I have a job for you. Oh wait, it's just me. Because I'm the chief medical officer of my ship, obviously. Why am I here? I'm a captain, not a doctor, damn it. By the balance, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. I need every available person to help with patients. I think the Breen take pleasure in causing pain. Few of our crew were killed, but many have been injured. If you want to help, I need someone at table 7. Take the patient's medical history and triage the injury. If it is a minor issue, go ahead and treat them so we can make room for another patient. I mean, sure. I mean, really, this is a job for my doctor. I'm not a doctor, but fine. Please, it hurts. Help me. What hurts? It's my left side. I took a disruptor hit from a Breen rifle. Please, I need something for the pain. If you have anything that will help. Do you have any allergies? I'm highly allergic to Metropan. It was given at once, and my airway swelled until it was completely blocked. I almost died. So, okay, this is sort of like a puzzle thing to make sure you give them the right medication that won't kill them. So, okay, so this one is no metropine. I'm going to make a note here. No metorpan, okay. Are you taking any medications currently? No, do I look like I should be? Have you been treated for anything related to this issue? How often do you think I'm shot by a Breen? The last time I saw a physician was 2 years ago. I was treated for polywater intoxication. When was the last time you ate? Midday, I guess. What does this have to do with anything? Why haven't you given me something for the pain yet? I'm just going through the list here because I'm not really a doctor, so I'm just need to be like, yeah. What were you doing before you were injured? I was repairing a power conduit on deck 2 when the Breen came out of engineering and shot me. They didn't even give me a chance to surrender. I wouldn't have fought them. Okay, let's look up treatment for disruptor injuries. There are several medications available from the Deferi medkits that we can use to treat this patient's pain. Acetylphenylane, bicardine, hydrocortisone, metropon, and morpholog are all indicated for pain relief. Once the patient is stable, we can treat the disruptor hit directly with a protoplasm, which should fix the damage done to a cellular structure. Okay, metropon. Metropon is a very common drug used to treat and manage pain, especially in patients with this level of trauma. It's a good thing we caught this. If the patient was given the wrong medication, the result could have been disastrous. No, it's a good thing I went through the checklist. Medication for diablo spray, anesthetics. I think bicardine was one. For decreasing pain associated with serious trauma injuries. Treatment of bicardine is known to cause addictive behavior in patients who are treated with the drug. Long periods of time. Metropon is a non-addictive substitute. This one will probably be fine. I'll use that. Have some bicardine. I'll make it feel real good. The pain from the disruptor wound is subsiding. That feels much better, thank you. The bicardine is having the desired effect, Captain. Now we can use the protoplasm on the wound to treat it without causing undue pain to the patient. Okay, let me just do this. And good as new. Hey, Doctor, I successfully cured a patient. Good work with that last patient. Has anyone ever told you that you have a talent for medicine? No. No, that's not what I studied at Starfleet Academy. I need someone to check out the patient on Table 3. I would appreciate any help you can give us. Okay, Table 3 it is. I can do this. Whoa. Mother, is that you? Let me just go through the checklist here. What hurts? An older boy named Tosca used to take my favorite toys when I brought them to school. If I tried to fight him to get them back, he'd break the toys so that no one could play with them. My mother said Tosca was out of balance. Okay. Do you have any allergies? I hated the taste of my mother's stew when I was young. She tried to convince me that it tasted like spring, but I thought it tasted like bugs. Okay, it's not the answer I expected. Are you taking any medications? I used to play in the mud every time it rained. My mother thought I'd get sick from playing outside in the cold and the damp, but I never got sick, not even once. Have you been treated for anything related to this issue? I loved it when my mother would sweep me up into her arms and hug me tight. She smelled like love and cooking herbs. I really wish Dr. Chatz was here. Well, when was the last time you ate? I used to pick berries with my sister on the hills overlooking the farm where we grew up. They were tart, so my mother would sprinkle granulated clava honey on them. What were you doing before you got injured? My father used to sing rhymes to me when I was a child. I would fall asleep in his arms and have the best dreams. I got nothing out of that. The patient seems disoriented and unaware of their surroundings. Yeah. I agree, Captain. It may be a symptom of brain trauma, but we cannot rule out a psychological breakdown until we do a mental status check. The stress of the Breen attack may have been more than the patient's mind could process. Okay, let's flip the page to the next checklist. Okay, mental stability checklist. Here we go. Do you know your name? My sister had a doll she used to call Ilka. Okay, that's not a name. Do you know approximately what the time it is? I love catching umek insects at twilight. The light from the descending sun would make their wings glow like golden fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to understand how Picard felt trying to deal with those people who talk in symbolism. What were they called? Shaka shaka when the walls fell. Yes. Do we have that emote? I guess I don't. It's like... Yeah, okay. Moving on to checklist. Do you know where you are? Can we have our dessert now? I finished all my vegetables. Do you know what year it is? My sister is 3 years older than I am. That meant my mom let her do all the fun things while I had to sit and watch. Altered mental state. Okay. The checklist says that there are no answers to any of the questions on the checklist. The only thing we come up with is altered mental state. Okay. There is something obviously wrong with this patient's mental status. I recommend we scan the brain tissue for deep trauma. A hyperencephalogram should reveal if there is any damage. Okay. Tell me the story of the preservers again. No. Okay, a hyperencephalogram. Find one of those. Don't worry, I totally know what I'm doing. Captain, it appears that there is a cortical implant in this patient's brain that is causing the disorientation and delusions. There's an extremely high amount of neuroactivity in the area around the implant. Perhaps if we were to decrease the activity with an anesthetic, the patient would be more responsive. Okay, an anesthetic. Okay, what are our choices of anesthetics here? Anesthesia? Anesthetic has been used in gaseous forms to patch large numbers of hostile humanoids. Yeah, we used that for our gas grenades. calming hyperactive nerve impulses. Known to interfere with cranial implants by decreasing their effectiveness. This sounds like it might be what we want. Temporary skin discoloration. No, we don't want that. Neurozine. It's another gas thing. We don't want that. I think this thing sounds like the most likely. I'll use that. I'm gonna give you this. Hope you feel better. Where am I? I remember the Breen attack, and there was this medic. He seemed sad. The Breen implanted me with a cortical implant. It has been forcing me to relive memories from my past. Please help get this out of my head. I don't want to live like this. The anastrine, the medication worked, Captain. Removing a cortical implant is a tricky process. We should confer with Dr. Casa about how to proceed. I will gladly let Dr. Casa do that. I'm not familiar with any technology like this. Any attempt I'd make at removing it would be based upon an educated guess. We had some captured Breen in the brig waiting for transport to a holding facility. Perhaps you could question them. One of the monsters who did this to my patient might know how to reverse the process. Okay. Talk to the Breen. Now I do want to point out there is a fail condition in this mission, and it's with the Breen. If you don't talk to them correctly, you will fail the mission and have to start over again, which I do not want to do. Let me make sure I got the guide for this mission available. But I do not want to repeat this mission because it's a very tedious mission. These stupid wiki sites. Okay. Sir, there are a few things you should know about the Breen before we talk to them. The Breen are a warrior race. They do what is expedient, and will often take prisoners rather than kill. You will get more work out of a slave than a dead man, after all. Or at least that's what they say. They may seem cold and callous to us, but to the Breen it is only logical. Survival and duty are more important to them than morality. The Breen are very concerned with personal honor. Do not insult the Breen's honor or suggest that they will kill without cause, and you should be fine in your interrogation. Okay. What are you looking at, Starfleet? What is your name? Look at you, cowering in the shadow of Bottrell. What hope could a Deferi possibly have against might like his? I will not answer your questions. Go bother someone else. Tell me about Bottrell. Bottrell has more power and vision than a pathetic being like yourself can possibly comprehend. The Deferi will be the first to fall to his might, but they will not be his last. He will not stop until the entire Alpha Quadrant serves the Breen Confederacy. Someday soon I will stand on the blasted remains of your homeworld and celebrate our victory.
I will grind the remains of your leaders into dust under my boot heels. Thought Trail will be the man who makes this possible. Wow, you're a friendly bunch. Let's find somebody else. Torture me if you wish, but I will never betray the Breen Confederacy. What is your name? Okay. Are you here to let me go? What is your name? I am Tran. Okay, so we need to interrogate Tran. We need to do this correctly. What do you want from me? Let's see. What are you doing here? I am a combat medic in the 5th Order. I serve the Breen Confederacy. I was ordered to go to this system by my superiors. I am sure that you have encountered other Breen in the Deferi sector. Let's see. Am I sucking that again? What are you doing here? I am currently incarcerated in a Deferi brig. I was captured near the bridge when my boarding party was overwhelmed by Deferi security teams. While the ship may not be carrying military personnel, a 3-man boarding party stands little chance against 4 fully armed security teams defending their ship and their captain. We gave away the terrain advantage and now we are paying the price. You must have... You must have known that this wasn't a military ship. Why did you attack it? I do not feel comfortable continuing this conversation. My commanding officer is in a nearby cell, and he can overhear everything that we are saying. While I do not agree with his actions in this matter, I respect his position of authority. I will not throw the dishonor in his face. Okay. Time for you to chill out and not hear anything. Any audio signals entering and leaving this cell are being blocked by an acoustic dampening field. Cool. Alright. Your commanding officer cannot hear what we are saying. My superior thought that these Deferi civilians might have the information for which we have been searching. While I might have disagreed with his choice of target, it is not a soldier's place to question his commanding officer. I think my dissension was the reason I was selected to join the assault on the ship's bridge, a dangerous task in the best of circumstances, and one that had the least chance of success. Did you object to your commanding officer about this assignment? I'm not sure how you run things in Starfleet, but in the Breen Confederacy we obey our commanders. I may not always be pleased by what I am ordered to do, but I understand that there is a goal that must be achieved and that I may not have all the facts that my superiors do. Do you believe that the goal you were attempting to achieve was worth killing civilians? I didn't want to attack this ship. There is a nobility to being a soldier. When I enter battle, I know I could be killed. I know that others will die at my hands, but that is what we must do. It is part of being a soldier. Civilians are not part of the unspoken agreement. They do not wake up each day and know in their hearts it could be their last. They should be out of bounds as targets for people like you and me. There is no honor in fighting someone who is unprepared to fight back. I regret that I had orders to kill these civilians. More than that, I regret that I carried out those orders. So what were your orders? I am a combat medic. Normally my task is to repair the injuries of my fellow soldiers. On this mission, I was tasked with capturing civilians alive and fitting them with subspace cortical implants. These devices are barbaric, even by our standards. We use them to obtain memories from the most obstinate of interrogation subjects. This particular implant has a subspace relay intended to capture and transmit these memories so that my superiors can sift through the secrets locked in our victims' minds even as we moved on to implant more subjects. Why did you do this? What information did the Deferi have that you needed so badly? I'm not sure what exactly the commanders wanted to learn from these people. I can only guess that my superiors wanted information that they felt could be held by any member of the Deferi population. The cortical implants were calibrated to bring long-term memories to the surface, even going back to a target's childhood. Perhaps they wanted to learn something that even a Deferi child might know. Would the probe Deferi know what memories were being searched? Perhaps, if they had the mental fortitude to recall the memories that were triggered during their interrogation. The pain from the implants can be quite intense. How do we remove the implant? The removal of the cortical implant is a very delicate procedure. The implants are intended to be strong enough to survive the interrogation process, but too difficult to be removed by the subject or anyone else. I have worked with these implants for some time. Have your doctors talk to me and I will tell them what they need to do to remove them. Okay. Ooh. Talk back to the doctor. Yeah, I'm running back. So fast. I'm back. This is just the information we needed. I will round up a surgical team and we will begin the process of removing the implant immediately. I spent some time talking to the patient while you were in the brig. It sounded to me like the Breen implant was triggering memories from the patient's early childhood. Many of them involving rhymes and songs. Rhymes and songs. Most Deferi parents and grandparents sing to their children and tell them stories of our past and our traditions. A common theme in our songs is the preservers. We sing of their travels through the universe, their efforts to maintain the balance, and their great archive. My children are particularly fond of the songs about the Preserver Archive, a hidden place where they left all their technology and records of the ancient days. It's an interesting story, but I don't know if a place like that could actually exist. After all, we're talking about a children's rhymes. Captain, the Breen must believe that the Preserver Archive exists. There's no other explanation as to why they would target the furry civilians in order to obtain information about nursery rhymes. Before we leave, Tran has requested to talk to you again. He's waiting in his cell. Okay. Whoa, invisible. Yeah, there's like an invisible thing right here. You kind of just bump into it. It's right there. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Duranium? Why, yes, I'll take duranium. Thank you for returning. I know that helping you was the right thing to do, but because I did so, I can never return to the Breen Confederacy. Therefore, I'd like to request asylum from the Federation. I, however, am not alone in this request. There are a small group of Breen that share my feelings. We know that attacking innocents is wrong. If you accept us, we would all like to join you. I will give you the information necessary to contact them. It may take some time before they are willing to respond. Your future actions will help speed up that process. Okay. We sent a communication based on trans information. I can't be sure that it was received. So at this point, I believe that the only thing we can do is wait for a response. I must say I'm surprised any Breen could be capable of reason. Impressive work, sir. The Deferi seem to have things under control for now. Are you ready to leave the system? Yes, I am. I'm done playing Doctor today. Yeah. I remember stories about the Preservers from my childhood, and, of course, we have ruins linked to them on Deferi. But I never heard of an intact Preserver installation. The Breen, however, are taking these stories quite seriously, and if the Breen managed to acquire Preserver-level technology, they could shift the balance of power in the entire Alpha Quadrant. It's lucky that you were able to establish a connection with Tran. I believe that he was sent by the powers to help maintain the balance in the galaxy. I am grateful. I know your intelligence service has more questions for him, but after that, I promise I'll do what I can to see that he and any other Breen who disagree with their government's actions are not forgotten. One of your commanding officers was requesting to speak with you. You should consider meeting with them when you are done here. Okay. You get these things. I don't know what the first snowtroopers do. I usually take the torpedo, even though I never use it for anything. Let's see. I might stop here. It's getting pretty hot in my room, so I kind of do want to stop. I think there's like 2 missions left in this. Yeah, cold case and cold storage. Okay, so I'll do those missions next time. I think I'll probably do some TFOs after that to kind of round out the time. So, alright, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I really need to turn my AC on for a while because it gets stuffy. So yeah. Anyway, that's first half of Cold War. It's not the most interesting story arc in the game. It's probably one of the least interesting, I'd say. So, but I gotta get through it, you know? It's just one of those things. So, anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And remember, stay chill out there. Bye-bye.